Come on, Ulfer. We're going on another adventure.
I want to study that just a little longer.
How long are we going to stay in the town this time?
Drink it in, pal. That's how failure tastes.
I'm gonna need you to roll for initiative.
I'll make a note of it.
How much is it worth to you?
I have my spoons. Will that work?
Trying to kill me with my own designs? That was just the first draft. Shall I show you the rest?
I swear, if I get blown up one more time,
I will avenge Kira's death. And then I'm going to rebuild the Alpine Rangers.
Oh, look! I found a mushroom.
Question is, do I have to wear pants?
Oh, you can certainly try.
If reckless shenanigans got us into this mess, then why couldn't they get us out?
I don't understand what they're doing in this book, but it looks dirty.
Oh? You had my attention, but now you've piqued my curiosity.
Come on, Ulfer. We're going on another adventure.
I want to study that just a little longer.
How long are we going to stay in the town this time?
Drink it in, pal. That's how failure tastes.
I'm gonna need you to roll for initiative.
French fry is probably Wendy's, if I'm real honest. My first is Arby's, but
Arby's is literally the only French fries I order. Hi, hi guys.
hi. We're discussing important things, like which we're rating the French fries of all the different fast food restaurants,
Hi,
and none of
guys.
us can agree.
I'm sorry, I did that on purpose.
Actually, more accurately, we were giving Tide crap for dunking on Arby's curly fries.
They got mad at me because I went and got Arby's and
Hey,
did not
Todd.
get what?
Check the cameras.
Yeah, they're slightly cattywampus.
What the fuck happened, man? They weren't a second
Yeah,
ago.
Loot and Blue's cameras are a little bit.
Mine's off, so is Tide's. Yeah.
Alright, hold on. I will work on it while we're doing this.
But like, okay, so look. Let's be real here, right? In-N-Out Burger, their fries can fucking kick rocks. Okay, it's fucking dumb.
Never had that either.
Whataburger French fries are not bad.
Don't know what that is.
You don't know what
Whataburger is a restaurant.
I'm familiar with. I'm familiar with the existence of that. I've never experienced that, so I can't.
It's too far west for me to really have had them.
And also, me getting fries is not something that's going to happen very often. Now that I actually officially am diabetic, so.
No,
Fair
so
enough.
Big C, you say that, but what's left if you're not, chancing it every now and again?
I'd rather chance it with chocolate, thank you.
That's fair. No, In-N-Out is
certain-
never good. It's soggy and fucking overpriced, and I will fight you on that. Okay.
What is?
In-N-Out Burger.
Whatever that is.
It's a fucking West Coast thing.
So I've never ate at a Whataburger, but I've seen it because, Rise, Arkansas. So
Checkers has really good fries.
Checkers is Arby's, or not
no,
Rallies.
it's Rallies.
Yeah, it's Rallies.
Yes.
So Rallies do have amazing
What
fries.
the fuck is Rallies?
Checkers.
Checkers.
Carl's Jr.
What the fuck is Checkers?
Yeah, Charles Jr. Tide.
Fuck off.
I know that you live in a place where it's just corn.
I'm serious. I don't know what those. I don't have any of those.
A rally is just think of
Fuck. What do I compare it?
He's like, I don't know this without saying Charles Jr.
Is it a
or
Carl's
Charles-
Jr.?
Yes, Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
Or a
Carl's
Hardee's?
Jr.
It's Hardee's here, so.
See, I had no idea what a Hardee's was until I moved here.
They're all basically the same fucking thing.
Okay, so Del Taco is good. It depends on where you're going. Also, Del Taco breakfast is bullshit. Okay, let's just go ahead and get that out of the way.
So
Oh my god, look, the very last fry in there.
Okay.
Oh,
look,
French fry, finally.
Okay, good.
Ugh, gross.
Dude, I will take onion rings over French fries any day.
Same.
I mean,
No.
my favorite French
Depends on
fry.
how much they fry the onion rings.
My favorite French fry. Only one other person in here probably maybe has had, and that's from Pal's. And it's really only in like the very tip part, and maybe a little bit in the surrounding states of Tennessee.
Only in the tip, huh?
It's only in the tip, but
Just the
The
tip.
surrounding states of Tennessee, like you know,
Which tip?
and
Eastern or Western?
and it's
We're at
right?
and it's a restaurant that's like really themed on like kind of 50s style.
Also, Wendy's
Okay.
breakfast is not that good either.
Oh, yeah, I have to fight you on that one.
That's fine.
I don't think I've ever had their breakfast.
But have you had
I
their
know you-
like butter thing? Is like so good. They're like
Look,
maple
Taco
butter
Bell
or something.
breakfast is actually really good. Okay.
No, it's not.
no. The only thing good at Wendy's is Frosties and fries.
No, their bacon
No,
is
they're-
actually pretty good.
Their
Baconator,
sandwiches, their chicken
rules,
sandwiches
yeah.
are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like they have actually, for a fast food restaurant, actually decently spicy for a fast food restaurant.
Come on,
Like they
That's fair.
You just say
That's fair.
Wendy's is spicy?
they have
You
ghost
said
like they have
decently
ghost pepper stuff.
spicy.
I've had their ghost pepper stuff, and it's not.
Did you just got selective listening for a fast food restaurant?
He said decently spicy. I get that.
Man,
Del's in IT. Obviously, he's got selective hearing.
Oh,
I feel like I'm
I'm
married
sorry,
to the
Scott,
guy
what was
now.
that? I
He
couldn't hear
listens
you.
to half of what I have to say.
so anybody want to play D&D?
I was gonna say if you
Or
really want me to make
are
people mad,
we gonna turn this
Is
into a
Tide
just
even
talking?
here?
I don't know. According to the IT guy, I might have to unplug my router and then plug it back in after 30 seconds.
I mean, I think Tide's physically in the chair, but I don't think she's paying attention to him.
I'm pretty sure she's eating.
I'm absolutely eating. I'm sorry.
That's the Tide. I'm gonna lean off stream so they don't see me shoveling a sandwich into my face like a savage.
It's actually
I
a
was gonna
euro.
say, come on, you gotta eat on stream.
Okay, hang on. No, I'm gonna tell the story. Toilet. The first day that we're at like the meetup, right, way back when we did this thing, Tide is trying to cover her face while she's eating, trying to hide it from us, like she's some sort of fucking savage with a jaw that unhinges.
You did when we were at the fucking airport restaurant.
When you didn't get your sweet tea?
Yeah, oh my god, I felt. I was like, how the fuck did I go all the way south? And then the airport lady looks at me like, "What's sweet tea? Do you have unsweet tea and sugar packets? Put it together, lady."
Dude, there would be no point in doing that, okay? Because, like, I grew up in this plumbing company working for my dad. You did not get lunch breaks. You did not get any kind of break besides riding between jobs. So if we went inside of somewhere, I can literally finish lunch in under 7 minutes.
I mean, okay, so I have had that problem since I went to basic, right? I have to physically stop and put down food and talk, or else I will finish an Outback meal in under 7 minutes. It's bad.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm used
I have managed to slow
I've
way
gotten
down.
better at that. Yeah.
But yeah, Ty was like trying to hide her eating from us the first day we were there. Like she unhinged her jaw to shove an entire steak in her mouth or some weird thing.
Dude, look,
Oh,
okay.
Why
I
are you
wasn't paying
so
attention
mean?
when we had that steak. The only thing I paid attention to was the fucking steak.
I think it's just
I didn't give a fuck about
girl
anybody
thing,
else.
Okay, my wife still, dude. Okay, I've been married to my wife. We've been together for 10 years. I've been married to her for 6 years. I can count on both hands how many times I've heard her fart.
Wow, this got weird.
Oh, but
Okay.
that was not the direction I thought we were going. But okay.
I thought we were talking
That
about
sounds fair,
eating.
I
Trevor.
think it's a chick thing because.
All right,
she
guys,
won't
do your
put her
recap. Do your recap right there. We're ending it.
D&D guys, we're gonna hear Change the
We were
subject,
driving
D&D.
down the road of fast food talks and then just yanked it into the left lane, and I have no idea how we got here. We took an exit, took a left at Albuquerque. I don't know how we got here.
No, Ty, just come on stream, just shovel that sand,
Okay.
whatever it is. Just in your mouth.
I grew up in a family that was like that. I literally eat like this to stab people who reach for my food. I'm not even kidding.
That's just a southern thing, man.
Yeah.
My dad used to be like, "Oh, you're gonna eat that?" And mid-reaching with the fork, and I would stab him in the hand, and then continue to eat my steak.
It's not a rare story.
Look, man.
So,
unless the person puts the plate away, they're not done with that food. That's just what you should know.
No, my mom's one of those people that, like, if we go out to eat, like Dale, she don't even have to know you. If you went out to eat with us, and you got something, she would be like, "Oh, can I have a bite of that? Can I try it?"
Well, I kill my dad when he tries to do that. He always does too.
Yeah, that's what my mom does that to fucking everybody.
He does it when I'm making my own lunch at home too.
oh, I told somebody
That's how you
we were
lose
debating,
fingers.
French fries on stream, and they told me to ask you guys, how do you feel about Chick-fil-A fries?
They're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say like they're my favorite, but sometimes I can go for a waffle fry.
Maybe not all the way
No.
down. Maybe more like this, but yeah.
If it's not, if I hate crinkle cut and waffle are like least favorite, on the same level.
But you had crinkle cut.
But you're eating crinkle cut fries.
Sorry, not crinkle cut. I mean curly fries. My bad.
Oh.
Really? You hate waffle fries as much as curly fries?
I feel
They're a step. They're a step
Tide?
above.
Do we know Tide anymore?
Why do you
I
hate
feel
curly fries? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan of curly fries, but
I feel like crinkle cut and waffle fries have a very similar texture and flavor.
Yeah, actually.
They're just wide.
I'm gonna be honest. I would rather have potato wedges.
Okay, I will
Oh, yeah,
fight people
for
over
sure.
potato wedges.
For
Okay.
Okay.
Wedges, steak fries,
Throw
that's
hands.
good.
All right, let's go, guys.
Like, we spent the last fucking 17 minutes talking about fucking fast food fries.
We're trying to let Tide eat. That's what it is.
I'm done. I finished. I'm done.
We're stalling.
We're good. We're done.
All right, Ty,
let's roll.
hang on. What'd you get from Arby's?
Oh God. She said
We're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk
She
about
got
it.
Euro.
She got like the big Montana. She was over there just shoveling that
I got-
freaking 1 pound of roast beef. And
I got a euro.
Okay, that's not bad.
They actually have a really good. It's actually not bad.
I usually get just the largest amount of meat I can get on one Arby's sandwich.
So what I'm hearing is you like a lot of meat, huh?
I do like a lot of meat. You're not
You
going to
got
get me
the
to back
meats?
down from this. Yeah. Sometimes I'll go extra fancy and get the one that's slathered in the cheddar.
See, I was gonna say, I
the
don't
red
like their
sauce?
cheese. The cheese sauce that they put on there, I'm not a fan of.
Sometimes. I've also gotten their French dip ones, which those are really good, actually.
Anyway, D&D.
French dips are
Actually,
good.
before we go to D&D, Tide, if y'all ever come down to where I'm at, and you stay longer than Loot stayed to get the cat, there is an actual Greek restaurant that does euros.
Same if you ever come. If we ever do the meetup here,
So
I'm
got-
down.
we
I've
have-
actually not ate at a
half the restaurants in Williamsburg are owned by Greeks.
Tide's just muted, so she doesn't keep us going. She's like, if I don't instigate them, they'll finally die down on this.
They'll move on, maybe.
No, but for real, we are probably gonna for sure start a podcast because this is just. All right, let's go. Let's
Hold
go.
on, Lou, are you wearing fucking flip-flops inside your house?
And here we go.
What's wrong with that? I wear flip flops in my house. The fuck?
The kitty litter box is just on the other side of this door, like this wall. So kitty litter gets right there. So anytime I walk back and forth, I get it stuck to the bottom of my feet. Or I wear flip-flops and I don't have to deal with that shit.
He's got a point.
See, and he's got that. And the reason that I wear flip flops is because my dog likes to use her bottom jaw like a fucking backhoe, and she will scoop fucking food out and then dump it on the floor, and she won't eat it all.
Okay. This got, I thought this was weird before, but this just got weirder. Okay.
I mean, The puppy just slams the side of the bowl and flips the food across the room, so I can't say too much about that one.
Anyway,
oh god.
there's something about a
Meat
beholder,
for
right?
free.
All right.
I put
so
the
time,
crippers away.
Last we left our intrepid group of individuals.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
They
one, yeah.
had investigated what was under the Archduke's house. It was a dungeon. It had the beholder in it, and they fought the beholder. They actually
Not even the exciting kind.
They actually all survived, which was really, really nice. And then they came up out of that, because most of that, let's be honest, most of that stream last time was combat. And they came back out, and they were being cheered on by the people of the town. And that's about where we left off.
Yay, we win. But we never did answer the age-old question, though.
Which one?
Which eye the beholder is the beauty in?
The one
I mean,
Animal turns people to
Loot
stone.
almost got Medusa'd, so you know.
I'd say it's probably that one then.
I always thought
Loot
it
was
the-
about to be y'all's new fucking fountain fixture.
I thought it was. I personally think it's the disintegrate eye, which is the one that almost got me. So, one saving throw away from dusting me. Yeah.
So at this point, you're going to jump forward 3 days. I've gotten pretty much what everybody wants to do over these 3 days. It's kind of a fast forward, so we don't have to have on stream the general like, what are you doing today nonsense, and go through that person by person and waste a bunch of that time.
Yay! We're not wasting 6 hours on that crap.
With that in mind, so the people that have to roll for shit, I need Tide to roll a nature check, 1 nature check for the entire 3 days. I need Biggs to roll a investigation check. I need Loot to roll a intelligence check with your and add your proficiency modifier for your tinkering.
Okay.
Drew, I need a nature check as well. And I'm gonna scroll up on Snowy's thing because he's sent me like 600 things since then. Okay. All right, that's good there. So,
One other question I had is, did I get any response from my sendings?
I'm gonna get to that in a second. I'm doing the roll. I'm gonna get the rolls first before I space on those.
I just wanted more of a reminder that I never got an answer.
Yeah. No, I've got a priority list that I've written down of like, do these. Otherwise, I will skip something.
Makes
Where
sense.
do you want me to put that?
Just tell me. Yeah, or type it, either or.
I'll type it.
Or it'll
Okay.
just be in the forge, just sitting there.
So, all right. So, Tide, you're thinking of like finding more herbs. Are you just you're just gathering, right? You're not gathering and testing shit as you gather.
Let me look exactly what I wrote to you, because I know she was gathering stuff, and
Yeah,
she was doing something else.
You weren't super clear if she was going to be gathering and then immediately crafting, or spend 3 days gathering and then.
She was only gonna go out for like, because she wasn't gonna go far. She was gonna go like the outskirts of town. So she was gonna like grab her pack and stuff. And let me pull up the message. Well, what it was, backpacking in the surrounding forests, looking for new herbs and foliage that she could use for crafting new potions and medicines. She's also gonna be looking for like.
Cool-looking rocks.
Like, so it says like looking for them, but are you actually crafting during these 3 days?
No.
Okay.
She's only gonna go do this like probably the first day, maybe like a day and a half,
Okay.
and then we could probably skip the wild shape abilities because, like I said, that really doesn't do anything. It's all level based. And then I asked about crafting the thing with leather and going to find leather. So I would use the.
You were gonna have to go to a leather worker to have them teach you to do it because you don't know how to use leather working tools.
Okay, well she can go one of those days or 2 of those days for that. So like the first day I have her go backpacking looking for stuff, and then the last 2 to go do that.
Okay, cool. That's easy. See, I mean, you find a number of plants, herbs.
Did I find peppers?
No, there actually are no peppers. Don't grow here.
Really?
It's too cold. It's too cold.
Okay, interesting.
Peppers require a specific climate, and they do not grow here naturally. They have to be imported.
Just reminds me of the vine
So,
palm trees. You don't even grow here.
so could she find peppers in the market?
Yes. Yeah. So you are actually too far south, because remember you're on the southern equator. You're too far south. It is too cold for peppers to actually grow here.
Could I, from what I found in the forest, could I make spicy? I probably could make spicy.
It would be like a. It wouldn't even be Tabasco spicy.
Oh, that's bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be like Midwestern spicy.
That's
right?
when we.
Not like mayo is spicy, but like.
Oh my god. Tabasco isn't even. Tabasco's nasty. So.
That means when we flush, it goes the other way.
Mm-hmm. Turns out you guys don't flush though. You don't have fucking toilets that flush.
Mm-hmm.
All right, get on that.
Me.
Artificer, get on that. Get on the running water.
There's two people with more expertise in that in here
Yes,
than me.
but, okay, let's be real. Do you
in
want
character,
somebody?
yes, in character.
Do you want somebody who has successfully made technology, Tarek, or somebody who made a no bones potion to head up the toilet thing?
I mean, no bones.
So
I made it
Makes
make
it
things
slide down
easier. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow.
So Drew, you don't find any more of those creatures, but you do find tracks. You found they did have a den probably about a mile from your house. But that's about it. Like it looks like it was just that small pack that was roaming around here. So and it looks like they've been there a while. So,
but they're not there now.
No. Oh no, all of them got murked. If any didn't get killed, they have left the area.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely spend some time, jotting down, kind of the marks and tracks I see from there, whether or not it looks like they have any breeding habits or, dominance habits, fighting, that kind of deal, what kind of places they sleep in and that kind of nature.
All right. Tarek makes some headway. The problem you're having right now with the thing you talked about is getting it to function the way you want without it becoming a modern frangible round. You have a couple ideas, but 3 days is not enough to refine this to the point at where it is a usable design yet.
Okay.
Effectively, you pulled an Edison so far. You found 101 ways not to make this thing. So, it's not easy considering the weapon system you're using.
Mm-hmm.
Little too much power.
It's not too much power. It's just what he wants to do versus the design of the weapon system are actually complete opposites of how it's supposed to work. So, finding that middle ground is not working quite the way he wants.
If somebody happened to come by, I would be happy to explain it to them what I was doing, but
we don't have 3 hours, so let's not do that.
Yeah.
And Lysander. So you were going to investigate stuff. You and about 40 other people are rummaging through what's left of this house.
Mm-hmm.
They all appear to be guards of some sort or individuals that seem to be looking for something specific.
Okay. So they are helping. Good.
Yeah. So you're not the only one. You find a couple documents that pique your interest, but nothing that you would say is a smoking gun or tells you who, what, when, where, or how in this clue debacle, right? Why was Colonel Mustard hit with the pipe in the laundry room? Kind of thing.
Okay. Wasn't expecting to get everything on the first try, but especially with my shitty investigate roll.
Let's see. It wasn't that shitty, but as far as the second thing you said, not a clue.
Fun.
Finding who made those things, yeah, there's no way to find out.
That yeah.
I'm trying to find where you said the sendings. Is that further?
That
up?
probably it was right after the last session.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that.
Let me see if I can find it and pin it faster than you can. There, I found him. I pinned it for you so you can find it quickly.
Cool, thank you. There we go. Gotcha. Jump to that. Nothing on the first one.
Not shocking.
Laughter and the response of, please tell me that went lovely in the second one.
Oh, Gideon's?
Yep. The second one, you just get a groan.
As in the last one, you mean?
Yeah, the last one, you just get a groan.
Also, pretty much the response I expected.
So, but so over the 3 days, y'all get to do that. LD and Snore are doing their own thing. Toilet, you wanted to purchase those 10 bars. Let me doo. So one 10-pound bar is going to be 1,000 gold.
Yeah, I know.
So you're looking at 10K for 10 pounds of that. Okay, it won't be here anytime soon.
Well, I figured that.
But you do get that ordered. Let's see. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for your looking around at the shops.
Can I take the 10K out of the bank?
Yeah.
Okay. Did that because I have records of how much you told me is in there right now. Well, as far as I know. Okay, so that's
as far as Wintergale is not in town, and you don't have anybody that's not in your party that can't get a hold of him.
Okay. What did you need me to roll? Sorry.
Just roll a D100. We'll go with that.
I mean, we probably could get a hold of him, but
I said outside of his party that can get a hold of him. It would have to be somebody in the party. So if he wants to do that, he has to talk to you guys. Okay.
92.
Alrighty. I'll shoot you a message in just a second. And then you said you were going to give something to somebody else. Do you want to go ahead and do that and RP that at all?
Snow asked, or me and Snow were talking. Moore was going to give him a full plate from the blacksmith area.
Okay. So LD, you're just going to gift LD a regular set of full plate?
Yeah.
Okay. Snow, did you catch that?
Yes, I did.
What is LD's strength? Okay, 21. You can wear full plate. I had to go and check just to be sure.
I would hope it's anything good because he's got the belt of Hill Giant strength.
So, over the next 3 days, while I'm messaging Toilet for his shopping stuff, I know, Alex, you're gonna accept my love. Deal with it.
Get there.
Oh, that was an angry one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So what's funny is this is not her being angry.
Right there.
This is her just being annoyed at her dad. Because now she's purring.
That was 100% an annoyed sound.
Uh-huh.
Dad, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
See? Look at this.
You're adorable.
Uh-huh.
We
She's like,
know.
I'm
We
leaving
know.
now. She's like, So she walked up to Max, who was in the spot she wanted to lay, and just bopped him on the side, and Max went, huh?
What?
Yeah. A 20-pound tabby got lightly smacked, and he's like, what do you want? Alright, so over the next 3 days, while you guys are going about your stuff, and Blue, this ties into stuff that Rug wants to do. With the Archduke gone, even with you guys being barons, the sense of government is kind of gone. There's nobody paying the guards anymore. There's nobody really in charge of stuff. And y'all when you ask, y'all as barons do not have the pull in this kingdom's or this region's hierarchy to really run this place. You're just kind of like,
we're higher than barons.
My bad, Dale. Do you need me to roll those individually?
Nope, it's fine.
Okay.
We were barons before we went out to war.
You never got moved up.
Yeah, we got the letters that stated we're nobility.
Nobility, barons are a type of noble.
Okay, so we got upgraded to the same thing we already were?
No, you got formal letters, so you could show it to people.
That's what I'm saying. We were told we'd get a higher rank after the war. So we got the papers after the war, and we were already barons.
Yeah, we were already barons.
Yes. Dirty little secret. You didn't have the papers before.
They just made it official.
Yes. Remember who you're talking about. This is all done by the Archduke.
Yep. Fair enough.
Before you murdered him.
Yeah, before you fucking...
I didn't murder anybody. That's still under investigation. Indefinitely.
So,
there
is nobody in this area that is high enough in nobility per the way that the societal structure is ranked to run this town. It's kind of become general anarchy.
Okay, so that answers one of the questions that I asked you.
So a lot of the people just go about their day-to-day life because nothing has changed for them. Aside from there's nobody banging on the door asking them for taxes. But as you get to the second and third day, there is more and more crime that's starting to happen where like the guards aren't around as much, or people realize there's not as much of a law and order around.
So, question, Del.
Hmm.
The second part of what I asked, we couldn't do that until one of them's actually put into the position.
So that's part of like, how does this happen? And the response that you get is like, you can help out the guard, but as far as nobility is concerned, right? You guys can help kind of keep things afloat, but if a higher noble comes in to take over the place, you don't have the social standing to tell them no.
So just kill them?
But martial standing notwithstanding, martial standing not relevant here, but social standing, right?
I mean, might does make right sometimes, but you know.
Correct. So that is what happens a lot over.
Fucking speed messaging.
That's not even like full speed for me typing.
Your thing is just loud.
I was going to say, he doesn't type as fast as you think.
I want to make him stream and play a horror game with his keyboard that requires his mic to be on so he can move.
You guys are assholes. You guys are fucking assholes.
No, he is. I had nothing to do with this.
Hold on, I have to break up a fight. Oi!
That's not how that works.
It is now.
You were getting your butt kicked too, huh? Get out of the way. Go. They weren't mad yet, but
Gotcha.
my older cat had Zach in a headlock.
You're gonna fucking tap out, motherfucker!
And he was just going. You went right back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saving you.
All right, so that's kind of where all this goes, right? At the end of 3 days, not much is going on, but like all of you at this point have heard about what's going on in town. You're very aware of like the town is kind of its own dumpster fire. And like as much as y'all want to help, whereas you stay watch at a couple shops for the night, other places get robbed, family gets robbed, stuff like that, right? It's slowly just getting worse and worse because there really is like the guards that are staying on are doing it because they feel it's right, not because they're getting paid.
Question.
I've got an idea.
Well, multiple questions. How many guards are there?
How many guards are you talking about like at the end of 3 days that are still being guards?
How many guards are there, like working?
That
before the end of the 3 days.
Okay, so when you guys start, the roster of the guards is 245.
What's a weekly salary for the guards?
Weekly salary so you have your basic guards that are 3 silver a week, and your captain of the guard, your head guard, who is 2 gold a week, which is fairly nice for that. And
do the
we can afford that shit.
I don't want to do the math, and just send it to me, and I will pay for the guards' salaries and the head guard. I'll give all the money to the head guard and let him distribute it.
And I will have my goblins working on alarm systems for all of these buildings.
Hang on a sec. Now I'm gonna sit here and do fucking math because of you guys.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. Fuck you.
So give me just
I know I have enough to cover it. I just don't want to figure it out.
I think math would be a big deal for the IT guy.
My business is innovation for the needs of the people. And that's what my goblins are going to do.
They don't get robbed. Because it doesn't matter if an alarm goes off if there's no guards to protect them.
It lets the guards know where to go.
What?
It doesn't make them give a shit. That's the problem.
I was gonna say, what guards?
Or the idea is to work in tandem here.
Teamwork. Teamwork allegedly makes the dream work.
I have quite enough gold just on myself without having to pull toilet.
From the Bank of Roar. I mean, come on.
Well, no, I'm just talking about in me.
They're gonna put
be
little
able to pay them
placards
for a while.
They're gonna put little placards in their windows that have like a blue square in them.
Oh God, we're starting with branding now.
Put some in their yard. This house is protected by Tark Industries.
Oh God, no! It's like saying they're becoming an alarm salesman now.
If they say no, make them say yes.
All right, so let's see. So I'm gonna give this to you in silver pieces and then gold pieces because that's how that ends up working out.
Go for it.
So you're looking at, let's see. Let's see. 665 silver pieces per week,
Mm-hmm. Which
and then
translates
48
to
gold pieces per week.
A gold piece is 10 silver pieces.
Yes, but I broke it down into who makes silver pieces per week, who makes gold pieces per week.
okay. So it's both of those combined, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's
So in other words, chump
60,
change.
65 more gold.
How much does the librarian make?
So 113 gold and 5 silver. Easy.
As I said, chump change.
I heard I need to raise Blue's tutoring fees.
I mean, that's on you, buddy. Go for it.
Yeah. So that's per week.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I have
pay that.
I have the total written down, so I can do it.
How many weeks can you pull it off?
65.5 gold. A couple years.
I got 114.5 gold per week.
Okay, so 665 silver.
Yep,
is
divided by
66 gold.
Yep, plus 48 gold.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I said 65. I'm looking at 65. I took away 100 and something.
All right.
You're gonna 114.5 gold per week.
I have 4,000 platinum.
That will get us through at least the first week. So let us figure it out.
First couple of years.
Dell, that is 6K a year. Lysander probably being one of the broker motherfuckers here could still fund it for a year.
Now, mind you, let's put this in real world terms. Like, 1 gold is probably like $2,000.
I hate to tell you, but I still have 8 of those golden crates.
A captain's
Well, see, we're not trying to use your money because your money is already funding the
He's
city.
the single guy that runs the entire guard for the whole town. The entire population of this town is 3,700 people.
That's still a lot of fucking money.
Yes, but that is to cover his housing, all his family. All this is also medieval period, right? So like a lot of
The higher up on the hierarchy, the just more you get spoiled.
Yeah, like he just gets better food, is what it turns out to be.
Oh, I like that.
But yeah, so I will fund the guards until I figure out what I'm trying to think of.
Got the 208K salary.
Yeah.
And for giggles, Dell, I just did some math. Your average D&D gold piece on modern gold prices is about $600.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's
That sounds a little bit more reasonable.
That's closer to like modern like weight of gold.
Yeah, because I found a few estimates that estimates a gold piece at about 9 grams.
So that's probably closer to like realistic stuff. So he's not making 200K, but for the time period, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Right. But also, the captain of the guard is a guy who's been doing this for the last 20 years.
And lived to tell about it.
Yeah, and lived that long, right? Like, they're not paying him to stand guard. They're paying him for his expertise.
But yeah, so I got that.
Okay.
Miswritten
So
down.
then I will say that probably at least you only lose about 45 of the guards. That are just like, I'm done with this. This is bullshit, right?
That's fair. Can't expect everybody to stay.
Yeah. So.
So, does what I suggested work at all?
Which thing?
Helping with alarm systems and buildings to help the guards.
So there is no way with what
at least
you have
the stores.
Now, there's no way with what you have now to make an alarm system that would feed back to the guards.
Well, the idea is more to make alarm sounds for patrolling guards to wake up people close by.
So that will work, yes, but I'm going to say you can only set it up with your magic stones, which you only have 5 of.
This is more for a temp. We're in the first week of this. That's what this is.
How many of those magic stones can you make that make noises when something walks by?
5.
Yeah. So probably about 5 of the stores you can do that on.
So basically the bigger stores.
Yeah, you can also ask your goblins to help out and supplement like the places that, like, because goblins can hide wherever they want. They can hide in the fucking shelf if they want.
So part of my plan was that was trying to make it have them make an invention that would help with alerts, even if it's just a trigger that will release a string that will start jingling a loud bell. The other part of it is going to be asking, hey, if any of you happen to have a little bit, like, all of them came from military backgrounds, so it's like, if any of you during these times want to help out, that would be great.
Gotcha. Okay.
Here are some of the firearms that we have made, that kind of thing.
I wouldn't do that.
Luke, can you roll a D100 for me?
Yeah.
How many officers shoot themselves in the leg?
No, are you giving the firearms to the guards or to the goblins that you're asking to help out?
The goblins who have experience with these things.
Okay.
69.
Nice.
So I will say, in the 3 days before other stuff goes on, they catch 1 robber. They almost shoot 1 store owner who comes in super late. And you do reduce crime by about 10% in those stores that they're in.
I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
So while the general consensus of the town is it's fucking anarchy, you guys have helped it not be a total like Mad Max situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a plus. Let me get Toilet his stuff real quick. Is there anything else that you guys want to have done?
I'm gonna start writing a letter to send to the capital.
Yeah, I actually had the same thought.
Okay.
But I have to think about what I'm gonna write on it. So
okay.
Can we execute people that are creating felonies? That'll slow it down.
So what? So okay, nope. Currently, there is no difference in felonies or misdemeanors in this world. How would you guys define a felony? What price point?
What do you mean?
Do remember our price points are a bit different.
Once we're talking gold, I think you're into that.
I was gonna say, because if somebody's stealing some fucking bread, is what it is.
Right, you just cut their hand off.
Bruh. Everybody's just
what?
So
now you know why when I was talking about the council thing that I told you that I'm not letting you one. Now you know why. You kind of answered the question yourself.
So you're upset that I'm disciplining thieves.
You're mutilating thieves.
Maybe they shouldn't be thieves.
Maybe you should give all the poor people all your money so they can eat.
All right, we're stopping it there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because we can get into a lot of like in-depth stuff.
Let's not tread towards politics.
But so well, I mean, so this is different politics, right? So actually, I actually want to get into this, right? So, Toilet, would war differentiate between what we would call a child under 18 stealing because they have not eaten in 2 days versus an adult stealing bread?
Well, I mean, of course, we're not going to kill children or mutilate them.
Okay. And so that's what I'm asking you, right? If you guys are going to start doing this, like you guys are going to start setting up laws in this town, where is the line? What's the difference? So that's why I wanted to ask, right?
With the children, we can send them to work in the mine.
They yearn for the mine.
They want to be there.
You know what's sad though is I imagine the Toilets Company actually will give them like 3 meals a day and everything.
Steady paycheck.
Yeah.
Del,
Just don't
Del,
fuck up.
Del, Del, this is totally Lysander's in character reaction to that.
He's just passed out.
No,
It's like
he's not. He's just saying,
all of
"Dude,
these
fuck
orphans
you."
got 3 squares and a cot. I've
Please
solved
do
it.
not make a bunch of orphans call me dad.
They're all calling you daddy.
Okay, now you just double triggered me. No, seriously, you just double triggered me from LARP stuff.
Oh, good lord.
I'll tell the story later. I'm not really. It's probably I don't want to tell it on stream.
So, day 4, right? Everybody's getting up, going about their day. Willow gets a message in her head that goes, "Oh, Willow, darling, could you do me a favor? Can you grab all of your, we'll call them friends, and round them up at the mad scientist's office, his house, whatever he wants to call it these days, please?" You're muted, by the way.
What?
So you recognize the voice of it's Wintergale.
But I don't have the phone on me.
I could just hear Willow just like looking around and be like,
hold up. For
where's
everybody
my
else,
phone?
right? Sending is designed where when you send a message, whatever they reply back, you hear. So all he hears is, "What? I don't have the phone on me," and he's just like.
It's so in character with Willow, it's perfect.
It is. It is.
Okay, I'll tell him. But I don't have a phone, so I have to go get him. And then she like heads towards someone's house, probably wherever everyone's. Is everyone separate, like in their own houses right now?
Yes.
Well, we've discussed apparently Drugu is pretty close to you and I.
Okay. All right, then I'll head towards Lute's house, and then he's got the phone, so maybe he can call everybody else.
Question, Del.
42.
Is there any way within the next couple weeks maybe we can get a map of the city with where our houses are and maybe some prominent locations?
I will IRL. I will draw it this week and have it for next game.
Thank you.
Because that is the one map I have not drawn yet.
I do like maps.
You, a scientist, likes grid squares and maps? And numbers?
Don't call out my autism on stream.
Rude.
So, Del, did you say anything about Father Claudius and the scroll?
So no. Nobody has any answers for you on that.
Answers for me? Then no, they were supposed to make me the scroll of Talk to the Dead.
The scroll will be done to at the end of day 4.
Okay, well, I'll take those 3 items that I listed.
Yep, I'm doing that now.
Okay, so I'm assuming Willow comes to my house to gather everybody. Comes to the door and sees the goblins because I'm not the first person that answers the door, and she sees me in my lab banging away at things, causing a minor explosion. You see an explosion and a plate kind of explode, and I'm like, that's not right. And I kind of lift my goggles, and you see a little bit of soot and blackness around me where I've had some failed experiments. I'm like, huh?
I have to ask, does Tarek have eyebrows anymore?
Yeah, usually they're covered with the.
Okay.
So I have learned.
He has the full science goggles that are like this fucking big.
Right, so
Gotcha,
I've got the goggles, but underneath them, for both comfort and protection, I have like leather that's got the holes cut out for it. So about this much is covered up by leather, protective leather. So yeah, I mean, I've kept them.
Had to ask.
I mean, it's a fair question, and I'm gonna work on it. I've been asked many times, but Tarek's appearance looks quite a bit different from the image you all have seen. So it's actually kind of fair that Lysander wouldn't know Tarek's face that well, because usually he's got it covered.
That's the thing. Most people don't know Lysander's face that well.
It's almost like you guys are fucking secret agents. Secret agent, man. Sorry, I'm done.
To be fair, my skin color is also very different than what it used to be.
Anyways, yeah, I would like to know that because I still see you as your original. I'm sure everybody just sees each other as their original drawing, and it's been years now. So, anyways,
anyway, yeah.
Willow walks in, sees this, that I've just pulled a trigger, and it kind of looks like I've just fired my normal round. I've got it's not the long version of my railgun, it's the arm version.
Roll a 100 real quick, Luke.
Okay.
We're gonna do this way. Tell me if it's above or below 50.
It is below.
Below. So you see it fire out of what looks like a solid cylinder of metal, and you see it start to separate, and then just the entire thing impacts into a target.
Right.
And not only him, but the goblins do seem a little bit upset that this didn't go as planned.
So it looks like what is normally on my arm, but it looks like it's a more broken down version of it that's meant to stay in place. I still have it's a separate one, and it doesn't look like it would ever be easily assembled and put to scale of what I got, and you kind of see that happen where it mostly it looks a little different, like something kind of separated in a split second. But we all look disappointed, and
But the target just has a hole probably about the size of his face.
It looks a little bit different than normal, and you just kind of see him write down some notes and just kind of frustratedly scratch through some things. And he hasn't heard you come in yet, so.
When you walk in, after that, one of the goblins walks up and goes, pulls on Tarek's like elbow sleeve. Hey, boss,
He kind of wipes his goggles a little bit and pulls him up. Huh?
No bones, ladies. Here's you. Have fun. And he walks off.
No bones, lady.
That was one time.
One time is still funny. Bye.
I have to agree with the goblin on this one.
Tarek kind of looks over at you and he's like, yes?
I got a call on the phone thing, kind of, but there was no phone, and Winter Girl says that we all have to get together.
Did he say when?
Right now.
Or where?
Doesn't matter.
Or where?
Did he say where? He didn't say where.
He said at the mad scientist's house.
Oh, okay, sorry. At your house. He actually said
I-
the mad scientist, which I believe is you, but I don't know if you're that mad, but a little bit.
He doesn't like me.
I don't. Dell, at this point, actually, it could be either of them.
He hasn't seen Tide do any of that. Also, Tide, can you roll a perception check for me?
Yes, give me 1 second.
Mad science or weird science? It's not a 90s trope.
No, it's MST3K is what we're living through.
I like that very much.
But yeah, so he did specify at the mad scientist's house, which he,
What did you say I was rolling?
a perception check. Lude's over here fucking singing the theme song.
There you go.
So, as you're talking to Tarek, Willow sees off in the corner, there's a group of about 4 goblins that are pointing at you and talking, and then one of them just goes limp and falls on the ground, and they all start laughing. They're
making fun of me.
obviously making fun of you.
Do you guys want one? I got some in my backpack.
Free
the
to share.
goblin does not move. Like, it's completely like just ragdolled, and the others are scattered. He just is like, nope, doesn't move. Refuses to acknowledge that you even are talking to him.
Does Tarek notice any of this?
When she says something, you turn around. There's a goblin who is now ragdolled onto the floor.
He kind of walks over to him and he's like, I can always put it in your all's coffee. If you want to play jokes.
The goblin does not move, doesn't say anything, just is committed to this bitch.
Okay, she's gonna walk over to him and she's gonna sit on top of him, take the vial, open the lid, and then start to say that she's gonna pour it in his mouth.
So fast, Del.
Have you ever seen the anime where somebody gets down there like flailing uncontrollably? That's what's happening right now. Oh, no, boss, no,
You wanna make fun of me again?
I'm so proud of you, Ty.
The goblin is losing his shit and flailing uncontrollably.
Is this the no bones or oh no, there's bees?
This one's actually, you know what? I don't know because I didn't label this one, so we'll find out, huh?
Oh my god!
Are you force feeding this goblin?
I'm just holding it there to see what he's gonna do.
Boss, no, I didn't mean it. No, oh god, no, boss, no. Oh, god.
I want an apology.
You better apologize.
Freaking the fuck out! Like there is terror in his eyes.
She's gonna stay there until she gets an apology.
Wacky waving arms cat.
I thought we broke Del there for a second, but
No. All I noticed was Liz was walking up the stairs with Macy. Apparently, Macy decided that she was going to remove the gate between her and the cat and chase the cat.
Nice.
Well, that's not good.
It's a 60-pound puppy that decided, I'm big enough, I can run through this baby gate. And just knocked it over.
All right.
Friction versus puppy won.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this goblin is fucking terrified.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Where's my apology, bitch?
The goblin is too busy fucking the only thing on his mind is the freaking out.
She's just gonna sit there.
Flight or flight mode has kicked in, and flight is the option here, but he cannot get up.
Yeah, she's just gonna hang out.
Willow, it's funny, but what were you saying? If you want to get up, let him go.
Fine.
You can play, but let's not make this a hostile work environment.
You get off the
More than
goblin.
it already is.
He started it.
He did. Get off the goblin.
Yeah, I'll get off of him.
The goblin goes from on his back flailing to gone the minute your weight is off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of the other goblins around?
Nope.
It is just
Oh, he'll probably just tell the rest of them.
Did he leave behind the Looney Tunes dust outline?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a dust outline of a goblin.
She's gonna put the vial back in her backpack and say, Wintergale says to meet at, and I quote, the mad scientist's house.
Speaking of mad, which one was that you were actually trying to feed my goblin?
It was the bones one.
Okay. And then he kind of starts calling everybody and letting them know, it's like, hey, Wintergale is calling for us to meet up. He's asking everybody to meet up at my house. Please come when you're able. I'll get the tea and snacks ready. And
is there cheese?
And the beer.
I was going to say, is there alcohol?
So this is not long after sunrise. If everybody gets up, does anybody not immediately go to Tarek's house?
LD and Snore are cool with going to Tarek's house.
Lysander's not exactly happy about it right now, but yeah, sure. He has a bone to pick with Wintergale.
You're muted.
My question was, is anybody not going straight to Tarek's house?
Yeah, we heard that part. But
Okay. I said, okay. Gotcha. I didn't know when I got muted. So, Blue, what is Rug doing?
At his desk trying to figure out what to put in this letter.
Okay.
He's not that good with words.
Okay, is that the only person who doesn't
Drew's
immediately
making
go to
up
Tarek's house?
theme music.
Lysander would probably be working on something similar, but would eventually go over there.
That reminds me. No, go ahead. I'll say that after.
I'm gonna get my 20 children, taken care of, and then I'll head over there.
Okay. So, Blue, does Rug at some point make it over there to Tarek's house? Okay. How long do you think before he makes it over there?
He's a dumbass. Probably like 2 hours.
Okay, that's fine. So roughly about 3 or 4 hours after Tide and Tarek have that discussion, there is a sound from the alarm bell that you're not used to hearing. Instead of the ringing, it sounds more like it's in a rhythm. And then about 10 minutes after that, there's a knock at Tarek's door.
The tease that I got from Drew, I'm wondering if I can do this. Okay, let me double check my spells. So, no, I'll keep this in mind for later. The person at the door hears who goes there.
Is it you or somebody else at the door?
It's my voice. So what I have done is for this, because I knew he was coming. It's more like a trigger type thing where it's my voice, but I'm not there asking the question. The goblin's on the other side of the door.
Okay, so the goblins hear a response. And one of the goblins comes back to you and says, boss, he says his name is Wintergale, and he says he knows you. So we good? We get the guns. What are we doing here?
Fucking lobster goblin.
I walk into where like the entranceway is, the grander entranceway, and you see me snap my fingers and the doors fly open.
Wintergale is standing there in just no armor, sword on his side, and goes, the mad scientist does have good tricks. It's good to see you.
And he sees my hand still up, and he's like, well, we were waiting. Come on in.
I'm glad. Did all of you show up, or was somebody late like normal?
We knew you were going to be late anyways. It doesn't matter.
I'm not late. I'm exactly when I was supposed to be here. And he walks in. Walks in. So where are all of you gathered in Tarek's house? Where did Tarek shuffle them to?
I would have shuffled them to kind of... It's a dining room, but I don't really use it that way. It's not like a big long table where you would expect a noble to sit. It looks more... I would have made it more at this point for entertainment looking, where it's closer to a tavern look, but it's obviously somebody's home.
Okay.
And everybody's just kind of hanging out there. There's a couple of tables and booths and bar stools where there's snacks on the table and things set aside. There's an actual like mini bar that you would find in somebody's house that's like it's actually got kind of like a weird booth look. And that's kind of where the hard liquor and the beer is kept behind. So It's easy access to get to, but that's where that's at. And I've got a little bowl of peanuts up there.
And a bowl of peanuts.
That's right.
So,
Another hydrate. Drink more water.
That's right. I can hydrate.
I see that. Science peanuts.
So, walking in behind Wintergale is a man that you guys have never seen. He is in very well-fitted clothing that is purple and gold. Has a tabard over and has a folder, a medieval like leather-bound folder in his hands. He follows Wintergale.
I tend to admire his fashion sense.
Okay.
Once you guys are all in there, Winter, Phoenix, I swear to God, we're about to get into a fist fight, Cat.
No punch, kitty.
This is my fucking popcorn.
I have a minor question.
Uh-huh.
Does Wintergirl have any sort of reaction when he sees that Sue and Eldy are back?
A smirk. And roll a perception check.
Just him.
Okay. Let me check something real quick. Actually, you know what? I'll just do this. I'll just roll it this way. Because...
Da 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 da.
All right. Just a smirk.
Okay.
Upon them entering, I kind of gesture towards the table for them to sit.
Wintergale sits down. The other man does not. He stands behind Wintergale.
Okay. So as soon as they sit down, there's a couple candles there. I kind of gesture towards them, and they light up. And I touch a little box on top of it, and you start hearing a little bit of music coming out of it. Some simple notes. It's nothing elaborate, but it's
okay.
It sounds something soft but cheerful that you might hear at a tavern.
Wintergale leans back and whispers something to the guy, and the man walks to each of you, except there's one for Shinor and Eldy, and hands you each a folded piece of parchment.
Okay.
And as he does, Wintergale goes, "Well, I'm actually here on official business for once, not just my own meddling. So,
At least she knows.
Obviously, there has been a change in social dynamic in this town that I believe all of you had a hand in some way, shape, or form.
Some more than others.
Her Grace, the Horned Queen, would love to speak with you about this.
I literally just finished the fucking letter, Del.
She's requested each of you to come to her palace. Yeah.
Is there?
Go ahead.
Is there a timeline for this?
Her exact words were, "Bring them to me right now," which my response was, "Your Grace, it takes time to travel. So, the sooner we can leave, the better." She's a bit impatient.
Although you were like really good with magic, you don't have any teleportation.
Yes,
shit?
but I can't travel 12,000 miles with a single spell.
The popcorn dog is back.
Wow.
12,000. What?
Well,
I knew you had your limitations.
That's more of an in-character response. What?
I'm using miles because that's what I use for the maps.
So we
Well,
want- they-
no, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just confused.
Um,
Okay, sorry. Is this the individual he mentions? Is that a name I recognize?
Vaguely. You remember it from stories. You never met her.
Hmm.
You do know in the original timeline, she was the head of the force that tried to beat down the individuals that we discussed.
Which individuals are we referring to again?
That were linked to the Archduke.
Oh, okay.
So Tark would respond with, would you give us at least a day or two? Because as you just said, there was a change in power here, which means basically we're the highest nobles. We need to at least place something for the city so it doesn't burn to the ground while we're gone. Just
Also,
somebody in charge.
I'm sorry, not 12,000 miles, 1,200 miles.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I was just gonna let Dell do Dell.
Like other fucking end of the planet.
1,200 miles.
This is a bigger empire than I thought.
Hold up my map, slap it off.
Yeah. So
while they're talking, Lysander will just be looking at the piece of paper.
Oh,
I'm just gonna look at Tark and be like, "Don't worry about that. I'll handle it."
I figured that we would still need a little bit of time, but we can't leave right this second. But
you've got
we'll leave
the
as soon as we
today,
can.
So you know.
That poor dog is starving of popcorn.
He kind of looks at him, and then he kind of looks over at Rug. Is like, "What assistance can we provide? It seems like you've got the best handle on it, but how can we help get this done faster?"
Well, of what we can do in a day would be to basically just go on and upfront the guard a higher wage to make them work longer hours. Unfortunately, gonna kill morale, but they'll be able to feed their families a bit better.
Hillian goes, "You'll probably be gone about 3 weeks. It's about 5 days there and 5 days back travel wise. I don't know how long she wants to speak with you."
Yeah.
Is she hot?
You'll probably be beheaded for saying that. Yeah, probably.
Wintergale just sips his tea.
Lysander would say that. Watch your manners around those sorts of people. And he would say that. He would say that looking at everybody, because actually they all, well, maybe not Schnorr and Eldy, because they weren't at the last meeting with nobility, but
so he stands up, brushes himself off, and goes, "We have a full crew to fly night and day. The airship is just outside town, so meet us there tonight, and we'll ship off."
Can we not take our own airship?
Dragon.
I mean, you could fly it, or you could be passengers and be fed food as much as you like, and just relax on the entire flight there.
his way does have its appeal. I hate to say that.
I don't typically prefer going somewhere without my own transportation. And he kind of looks.
Dell. Oh, sorry, after you're done, Luke.
It's like he kind of looks at everybody like, Lysander, if you would like to go with them, by all means, I will follow behind. I might need like one or two other people to help me, but I'm not leaving. I'm not riding somewhere on somebody else's transportation. Not having my back.
Lysander will at this point shoot a look back and like, you do know about. I have heard about your record with transportation. I think his way's safer.
Wintergale will just bow and be like, "Her Grace has sent the ship for you specifically, with cooks, with everything you would need. So feel free to enjoy it if you would like it."
I'm riding with them. It's all up to you.
Perfectly fine.
I'll do both.
I just have enough experience in our journeys to know that even the simplest of gestures tends to come with some sort of price tag associated with it, whether you accept it or not. I'll fly my own ship, thanks.
Okay.
Shoot yourself.
And Dell, I just have a question about Wintergale himself. He knows about the whole current situation with me, right? With the being dead part.
Are you asking if Rug knows he knows, or does Blue know that?
Because we had that little conversation in between me being dead, making a new character
To
thing?
Rug's best knowledge, the answer is yes.
Because I would feel like Rug thinks he's the one who did it.
To Rug's best knowledge, the answer is yes, that Wintergill knows.
Okay, so my secondary question would be, does Rug think he resurrected him or Loot?
You have no idea.
I mean, I should. This is my character.
He woke up with me.
You were kind of dead at the time.
I was going to say, I woke up with you, but the conversation me and Wintergale happened in basically the afterlife.
So,
would
here's
more
where it gets
lead
weird,
me to
right? Like,
think he
There's
resed me instead of you.
no way for you to know who had the final say in you being brought back. Because you weren't on the physical plane.
I mean, I would think it would. Rug would think it was Wintergale, being that I'm not fully back.
Now you can certainly ask
I'm
him.
alive,
right?
But I'm not alive.
That is a question you can ask Wintergale. But Rug's spirit has no way of knowing. You're on
Fair
an
enough.
entirely different plane.
That was just a question I've been meaning to ask.
So, all right. So who is flying on the ship with Wintergale? One, two.
I mean, I can't do anything on Loot's ship, unfortunately.
3. Anybody else?
Me and Wintergill have to have a talk.
We can't just all. We can't just have one person on our ship and then everybody else go to.
That one person's gonna have to fly multiple days straight.
I am just being stubborn. That's just Tarek being stubborn.
Okay, cool. She's gonna look at you and be like, "Come on, we gotta go on the big ship.
You got your boots.
It'll be here when you get back. Put a lock on it."
When War says that, Wintergale starts laughing. Like, I heard about the boots. That was funny.
And then I'm just gonna hold up my broom and be like, I got a broom.
Have the goblins watch it.
If we have less than a day to prepare, I'm gonna go on and leave. Y'all have fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Tarek and go, what are you gonna do with your goblins while we're gone?
They're going to
watch the ship
continue my business that I have set up for them and continue working on various inventions that they have submitted to me. And
do they need some help from humans?
Phoenix.
What do you have in mind?
I have about 20 children that need watching while I'm gone.
You don't actually have orphans, buddy.
Why don't you ask Dell, sir?
He said he adopted like 20 orphans.
Of course he did.
Do you know much about them? Maybe some of the brighter ones?
Not a clue.
Why don't you go ask them? They can't.
I'm so happy
too
Rug
much.
isn't here anymore.
But you don't have to take all of them. I'm just saying, like, split them because I'm gonna have my dwarves watch about 10 of them.
I know. I'm specifically asking the ones that want to learn the ways of some of the Azet engineers and experimentation are welcome to come. They're not allowed to participate in the experiments, and I kind of draw out a paper of like, this is what they're allowed to do, this is what they're not allowed to do. They're welcome to stay here. The ones that just need a place to go, just help keep things
I got
clean.
that covered. I just need
that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, they can come over. I'm just kind of like, they're not allowed to push the buttons or mix the things, is what I'm trying to say. It's like
If you tell kids that they can't do it, they're gonna do it.
Well, there's.
I'll just tell him to listen to the goblin.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Okay.
And you know on this flight that War is going to be pestering the shit out of Wintergale.
Yep. So,
okay.
Is it last chance? Is anybody not flying with Wintergale?
Did Willow convince Tarek to go?
It depends on what everybody else says. If I'm real honest, I'm not gonna. Tarek's not dumb enough to try to do it by himself. If everybody else just jumps over to the other ship, he will begrudgingly go. He was going to ask a couple of before this conversation just happened. He was going to ask some of the goblins to help, but now he realizes the goblins need to stay here and help the kids. So it depends on how many people come with me. I need pretty much a minimum of 3 people to run the ship.
I mean, if you think about it, 4 of us can fly.
Yeah.
You got your boots. I got my broom. Drew can change the shit.
They're flying day and night. They're not stopping.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if something happens.
So the mindset Tarek has is: have you ever gone on vacation and didn't bring your vehicle because somebody else had one, and then you're just kind of stuck where you were at?
Florida.
Yeah, that's the kind of idea it's not a severe distrust of Wintergale or the ship or go. It's more of a I'd rather bring my own ride so I could go somewhere.
Let me phrase it this way, Del. Is the Queen's airship significantly faster than ours? I would assume so.
Somewhat. The biggest benefit is it has a day and night crew.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. The biggest thing I'm running into is shifts. I don't think I've fully made progress on big changes to the ship, but Dell knows that between me and the goblins, like, we have made some modifications. It's not just a standard airship, but it by no means is it what you're talking about. It'd probably be a little bit slower.
The biggest problem would be you would have to stop every night, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't really have without entirely fucking up everybody's sleep schedule, you'd have to
in the interest of moving forward, it sounds like a back and forth of I would prefer this, but everybody kind of wants to get on the ship, so Tarek would pack a couple of things that he would need for working on things along the way, like almost like a pack that's meant for his research, and he would just go along.
Okay.
Because it doesn't sound like anybody else wants to go with me.
All right. So that evening, around sundown, you all make your way to the ship. Except Snore is not there. It's just LD. So it is Tarek, Lysander, Willow, Rug, Drugu, War, and LD. As you guys wait for the ramp to be lowered.
Oh, by the way, Del, I'm leaving 100 platinum with the head of the guard.
Okay.
That should be more than enough.
Yeah.
And with the things that I've packed,
the weeks.
I'm taking 2 crates with me. The gold one.
Okay.
I'm also. Well, I mean, I guess never mind. Their main focus will be on the kids, and I want the instructions I have is like the ones who do seem interested and that show promise. Go ahead and teach them what you can, but don't let them do the things. Almost like little interns.
Okay. So the ramp is lowered, and Wintergale walks down and he goes, "Oh, what? All of you? You are missing one."
I'm going to speak up, Bell, because Snore actually will be there, but everyone sees that he actually is not he's not in his armor, and he doesn't have his weapons on him. It actually looks like he's in common town's clothes, but they do kind of notice that there's like something shining underneath his shirt, like a chain shirt, and I'm going to say LD is going to speak up at this point and say that Senor has something to tell all of you before we enter onto the ship.
Go on.
You hit me in the marker.
And Senor kind of takes a bit of a deep breath because he's a little bit nervous to talk about this, and he's going to start to speak up and like, I think it's best if I stay in town for a little bit and help out around here. I had the little adventure, we'll call it an adventure I had trying to find this one. It's taken a bit of a toll on me.
Well, there you have it. And he kind of looks over at Wintergale and is like, it seems like it'll just be us.
He shrugs and goes, not the one y'all have to answer to. Well, let's go. Load up.
And before just one more thing, though.
Uh-huh.
So everyone actually notices that LD actually has some new stuff on. He's got the armor that Rug gave him, but it looks to be customized a little bit. It's basically all blacked out with a bit of red inside it. It looks like he took some of the pieces off to help aid in his movement a little bit. And he's got what looks like a new cloak on that kind of partially covers his face a little bit. And he's got one sword on his left side or right side. His right side that looks like it's new. Someone might have seen it being used in the fight with the Beholder, but some might not have paid attention to notice.
No, you want me to show it?
Yeah. And Ty did a lot of work on this to try to get it done today, and I'm very proud of it. Very proud of her.
If you look in the chat for
Stream can't see that unless you put it
I know.
big.
I'm working on it.
This is LD, correct?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
And Snor's the one staying behind.
Yes.
Okay.
Which chat is it in?
It's in the Forge.
chat.
He's
Forge?
working on
Which one?
expanding
Sorry, I
it.
didn't hear you.
Forge chat.
Oh, that chat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So many chats. Oh, that's sexy.
It looks hella cool.
And LD did take Lysander's shield, right?
Yes, he did. If it was offered to him during the moment that before they got on the ship, then yes, he would have that too.
I'm actually gonna look at your sheet, see what I need to mark off mine. So,
before we set off, because I don't want to end up gaming. Did the last place we left off with those who did ask me to make stuff is I handed you a form. Did any of you ever get that back to me?
you should have gotten mine.
Okay. So what I would have done with that, because I didn't get a chance to talk to you about this, is the design you were asked me to make specifically, I would have given to some of the goblins to work on while I did my main project, because my idea for it is essentially, well, Dell knows what I was going to work on for you, so
That's
it's up
fine.
to Dell
Whatever.
It's up to Dell whether or not enough progress was made. I didn't forget about it. I am.
No, I know. I know. I'm not worried about it.
Del, you're muted.
Yeah, I was talking to myself. I'm trying to figure out how to get that show to chat.
And so you usually put up when you put up monsters. That's the way I thought you were gonna do it, but.
Well, he's figuring that out. I'll be right back.
Monsters have a different setup for that.
BRB, Jim.
You also put his like whole picture as his thing on our initiative instead of his faceplate.
Yep. So let's go ahead and go to break for a potty break.
Okay. Potty break.
So we'll be right back.
Be right back.
I've been ready since ever.
Okay, welcome back, guys. If you can't see it because I have it right in the middle of everybody. Oh, I can't.
All right, guys. So that's the end of the stream. I'm done for today. I'm going to bed.
This is the updated of LD. I could leave that there for now.
Also, anybody in chat who's not in this voice call, please compliment Tide. She loves it.
No, please don't.
Compliment her.
No, please don't.
Throw them at her like you're throwing a fastball at a kid who just hit you with a baseball.
Please don't. Let's continue.
Interesting way of putting it. By the way, chat, I have a new acquisition to my plushie collection.
Tide, you are a fantastic artist.
Thank you. Shut up.
You are.
Yeah, I'm gonna post links to get you some more work.
Okay. don't you also draw?
Compliments from them people too.
I'd say, trust me, I could probably throw some. I have thrown Lysander's art up on the LARP page.
I actually really
Tide.
enjoy doing the custom D&D characters. It's really fun.
Don't make me go show all your stuff to other people. All of the in-person people I know that play that might want character art.
Oh no, we could keep you busy forever.
I'm okay with that.
You won't ever need a job again because you'll be so hung down by art. It's not even funny.
Oh,
Man, it's almost like that was her plan or something.
I was gonna say, Ty, don't forget, 1, I run an anime convention. 2, I'm going to one in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Actually, it's fair.
I could get you some work, trust me.
I also know an entire 501c3 organization that would love some animated, drawings of people in armor.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Fair play.
Are we threatening Ty with a good time?
I'm threatening Ty with the 500 people I know on Facebook that are like, I would love an artist to draw me in armor as a cartoon, and I'm like, I know some people.
Yeah. All right, continue.
Who have no problem throwing whatever amount of money at somebody to make art.
Because they throw money
I
at
can't
armor.
tell if it's just Tide's camera or if she's actually blushing that hard.
No, she's blushing hard.
Tide, to be clear, like Big said, these people will drop $5,000 on armor. What do you think they'll drop on art just to look pretty?
A lot.
Del your IT.
A lot. I know
Del your
what
IT.
you're talking about.
Yeah, we know what circles you run.
Oh,
It's not even
wait a
the
minute.
IT crowd.
Wait a minute, Del. Don't forget, I also know furries.
Oh God.
Those were the.
I mean, money.
People are
Money.
Talking about people that will throw money at artwork. Oh my God.
Anyways, so over those 5 days, little footnote.
Tide becomes a furry artist, starts drawing people and fucking punching somebody in their fursuit like it's like they're Superman.
I've seen the memes where artists are like, "No, I would never do that," and then see the numbers and the zeros, and they're like, "How many drawings do you want?"
Tad becomes a furry artist. More like Tad becomes a multi-millionaire for furry artists.
Yeah, she forgets all of us, is made her money all on furries, and we're like, we knew her when she was a small artist.
I used to play D&D with her.
I used to play
I got
D&D with that
videos.
girl.
I got videos.
All right.
What's wrong, Tide? Are you uncomfortable with our compliments?
No, compliments, yes.
Well, then you shouldn't look at my announcement in my own server then.
Oh no.
Wait a minute, Snow has a server and he didn't invite me? Oh my God.
It's on my profile and my.
I'll
my
find it.
bio.
It's okay, Biggs. I wasn't.
Thank you, Drew.
Okay, I don't feel bad then.
All right, so 5 days of travel go fairly uneventfully. However, to give this to you guys briefly, you are catered to. You are given whatever food you would like. You are given drinks. You are basically treated as nobles by different people that are
Thank you for the gifted sub.
servants of the crown.
Lysander feels very uncomfortable with this.
So I have two things. Can I say
But doesn't show it.
That's no.
So for first, I'm going to say that LD is going to spend some time to attune to this new shield because shiny new shield. Let's see if this thing looks cool. Let's see what it does.
Okay.
And for second, LD is going to blatantly refuse being served upon because of the past that he has. He's going to be extremely uncomfortable with all of that.
They 100% will just leave the food outside your door then.
That's fine.
I was gonna say, there's gonna be 5 days worth of untouched food outside a rug store. So I mean, just join the party.
So then, the entire time, Tarek would have asked, like, all right, where can I do my work? He would close himself on there, he would accept food and drink. Like, they're bringing him coffee, but he's working away.
They're bringing you like 5-course medieval meals. Like, you get soup, and then bread, and then half of a chicken, and then a salad, and then dessert.
Why would you get
For Willow is a chunk of cheese.
So, fun note, medieval feasts are structured very weirdly, where you get an appetizer, which is mostly a liquid, so like tomato soup. You get a bread that you can pair with said tomato soup. You get a protein, and then you get some sort of side, whether it is corn or potatoes or salad. And then after that, you get dessert. Medieval food structure is weird as shit.
Yeah. Traditionally, salad is an after. Is a
It is paired with the protein, but the way they bring it out, right? You are about halfway through your chicken when you're brought the salad or fruits or something.
Yeah, that's actually still done in parts of Europe.
Yeah.
By the way,
France in particular.
On this trip, while we're on the ship, after I'm done talking to Wintergill, while everybody's gathered up, I'm going to give them the papers that I found inside of the Archduke's quarters.
Actually, Lysander would have asked for that on like day one.
Why don't you go ahead and explain to them the papers you found?
Oh,
because I'm going to message everybody for their discussions.
All right.
I don't remember what you told me, and that's why I was going to be like, "Hey, Dell."
There's this fancy thing called a chat feature that you can go back and look through.
You're gonna have to
it
flush
over
it
to
up.
you, man. It's on you.
I'm not sure if you even typed that.
I told you a little bit of what you found. I certainly did, because you have brought it up a couple times.
Heck and hydrate.
And they said Lysander would have asked for that day one. I don't know why it didn't come up. But whatever.
Because we moved quickly.
Pretty much.
It's why I message Dell sometimes right after and be like, "Hey, I'm doing XYZ outside of."
I mean, I probably less than Snow, but I was very particular.
Did you finally get to it?
I'm reading through our messages.
Okay.
Herd of buffalo.
As far as chatting him up, Biggs, like, he's willing to just chat, but it's kind of vague about just in general what he's been up to.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I think he would. Lysander at some point would mention like, you seriously wouldn't bet on me killing things? Come on.
His response would be like, we can't all bet on the same person.
Yeah, but none of you bet on me.
I can show you, Del. Literally, the only thing that you typed in here was about the paper of Senior saying that he needs to be.
I got you. Okay. Reply to that and just. I don't care if you just smack the keyboard or something, so I can jump to it. Gotcha. Okay, so there is that one. You grabbed, I think, 3 papers.
You said I had papers on literally all of us.
Let's see. Hang on. Yep. Okay. So, you have that one. Do you hand them to each respective person?
No, I just like slam them down on the middle of the table between all of them.
Okay, so there's a table that you guys are all gathered together. He slams down pile of papers that he found in the Archduke's manor.
All right.
What do you say to go with that?
I'll put Snores on top since it's like the oddest one.
Okay.
Actually, Lysander will just start flipping through these and maybe distributing them.
Okay.
After he looks at them.
And if you guys want to know what Schnur says, since it's the only one that I know what says, it says that Schnur needs to be removed for being a spy in a foreign royalty.
How's LD react to that?
I'm trying to think. I feel like he would be puzzled at first because I know what that means, but I don't think that LD would put it together at the moment. He would actually need to read the papers to you actually need to read the file to figure it out. But as soon as he puts 2 and 2 together, everyone is probably going to audibly hear him say, "Son of a bitch." And he's going to just angrily storm out.
Okay.
Tark's like, I, is there merit to that? Because it just kind of sounded like to me they're pointing fingers because we
Well,
came
that's why I
from
wanted
another
to go.
country.
That's why I like.
Right. So, do you guys care if I just tell everybody what all of them say?
Yeah. Lysander would go through
Okay.
them, make his mental notes, and hand them out anyway.
So,
yeah.
You guys heard Snores. Tarek's is that his inventions are inhumane, and the way that they slaughter people makes him a war criminal. Henceforth, he needs to be arrested, tried, and killed. Lysander is branded as a spy, and there's all that is said, along with multiple different notations around when and where he allegedly is a spy.
Lysander would actually read it to see how many of his aliases they have.
They don't. It's all stuff that.
It sounds like slander.
Is it mentioning Lysander by name, or is it mentioning Starling? That's the
No,
real question.
it's like you met with Gideon, or nobody has heard of you in this town before, so obviously your name is false, right? Like your place of birth, if you told anybody, doesn't exist. Like really weird things.
I mean, Lysander would be using aliases. I mean,
Yeah.
Lysander. For those who don't know that haven't picked this up, Lysander is an alias. Lysander is not his actual birth name.
Willow's page says that she is in fact a operative and a saboteur for the Winter Court, and is in the Archduke's town simply to bring about winter and misery.
You really
Lysander
think she's
would chuckle
capable of
at
that?
Lysander would chuckle at that as he hands it over.
That's pretty close.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's 100% capable of that. I mean, no bones, bees coming out the mouth. Fuck yeah, misery.
The funny bit is Lysander was the one who was actually working for the Winter Court.
She got all the plagues down.
Rug's page alleges that during his time in the recent war, he not only tortured but maimed and killed prisoners of war.
Yeah, Lysander. When Lysander passed
Blue, they're not talking about the war with the Dragonborn. They're talking about the old war.
Oh, yeah.
How true is that one? Just out of curiosity.
You don't even know.
Drew's page says that he has burnt down at least 3 villages, and is known to embed himself in a village and then light them ablaze when they do not give him what they want via blackmail.
What? I could see that one.
War's page states that his entire goal is to have a monopoly and then cripple the economy when he leaves of towns, leaving them broke, homeless, and on the brink of destruction.
That is 100% true.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, I'm almost scared about how close he is on a couple of these.
It has towns that you have built a business and then just left with that business.
No, that hasn't happened.
That I know of.
Fair.
So,
is there more that Snore and technically Aldi's sheet says, or is it just a spies of a
that's all.
different...
That's all there says, and then like some dates where they assume that you may have stolen some information.
That's fair.
Is there anything in there about like Atlas or any of them or Wintergale or?
There is nothing about Wintergale. There is a page with 2 lines about Atlas. It states that she is not human, and states that she is no longer a threat because her interests lie in something other than humanoids.
What about Alec and Amelia?
Nope.
You'd all hear Tarek kind of mumbling to himself a little bit, insulted because he knows that this is slander, but it's like, if anything, my weapons are more humane than anything else that is used.
That's a matter of perspective, and Lysander would say that.
And he would kind of look at it as like, swords that poke wounds and bleed out or instant death. Or humane. Mostly painless, really.
In character reaction, by the way.
And I mean, I don't mean, it's slander anyways, but still.
Yes, but the problem is all of this is believable.
Well, that's probably why they had so many show up at my doorstep.
Yes, but they only sent one for me. That should tell me something. I actually don't know how they go.
You were new. They didn't know you. That means you're mostly succeeding at what you do.
Well,
so.
actually, when you say that, Lysander would have a reaction of like, still don't know how the fuck they got me.
You were talking with us.
No, I wasn't when they. No, well, no, that's not what I mean. Is Lysander was poking the bear on purpose. But the way they actually got him, he has no idea.
Well,
so unless anybody has anything else, the end of 5 days, you land outside of a massive city on a what looks like a landing pad, almost like it's a port for these airships. You are escorted by a couple guards and Wintergale through the town center, where there appears to be a hanging going on. There is an individual that looks fairly well put together standing on the gallows as a bunch of townsfolk are yelling and screaming and shouting. And as you're walking, you hear the click of the floorboards giving way and the sound of the rope tightening. And you were escorted towards the central castle.
Oh, that's got to be a pain in the neck.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
He absolutely would say that.
Lysander
just kind of giggles and keeps walking.
Lysander would kind of give it a look of like, I wonder what his crime was, and then just kind of mumble it to himself, and then kind of move on without making too much of a fuss. Because and Adele, I did put an important detail in DMs.
Okay.
I mean, it's the times that would probably be pretty standard of seeing that walking through, just because of local entertainment, where they make that local entertainment of public executions. It's it's not necessarily what we've seen a lot of, but it's not necessarily
out of place.
unheard of.
It's not definitely not out of place.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Tarek would like it. It's not something he would hang out, but he also doesn't know their crimes, so he's not going to overthink. It's like, I don't know.
I'm just gonna point this small detail out because I don't typically point out details with the appearances of my character. Rook's currently in like full armor set, helmet included.
Actually,
Usually he walks around with no helmet on, but he's like fully suited up right now.
Actually, Lysander would recognize. Lysander would recognize the criminal in question, and I think all Lysander will say at this point is, "Oh, he deserves it."
The group itself has walked into the castle and into the throne room, where there are a number of what look to be nobles lining like the main walkway in, and they all kind of turn when you walk in, or they seem to be surprised at the menagerie that is this group. And Wintergale walks you guys up to probably about 8 or 9 feet from the steps up to the throne, and stops and looks at all and goes, when she comes in, it would be best to bow and or kneel, whichever you prefer. But that's my advice, and he bows and walks off.
Okay, question. You say he bows. Like, how deep of a bow are we talking about here?
Like a show performer would bow at the end of their performance.
Oh, like the super exaggerated thing?
Yes,
Alright.
very much so.
Fair enough.
Shortly after that, unless anybody needs to do anything.
I have one question.
Mhm.
Looking at the assembled nobles, how many of these people does Lysander want to stab?
Not many.
Yes.
Actually.
Good.
He
has a list. He has a list in his head, probably.
You don't recognize most of these people, actually.
That's probably a good thing.
But out walks a like 5'5", humanoid-ish female, palish skin. She has horns that come out to a point, and then a secondary point that comes up. Blue hair. She has a fur cloak. So it's a cloak and then fur around the neck. And you can see she has leather bracers on. And you hear the click of what could be hooves, could be heels. You're not entirely sure. And you do see a palish, pointed tail that comes out from under her cloak as she sits down and goes, "Oh, hello. You must be the individuals that dealt with my problem child."
Yes, Your Grace. And Lysander will give a very equally probably try to show off his own bowing prowess.
Tarek would go ahead and bend a knee and
Actually
go down.
I'm actually curious on how well Lysander would pull this off. Give me 1 second. Oh, really good.
We're all just standing in this big room.
Make a really good show of it.
So you're not in a big room. You're in a 15 foot wide, like where you guys have space. About 8 feet from the stairs that go up to her throne.
And people are just kneeling right there.
Y'all are. The rest of them have all. If you look around, most of the nobles bowed when she walked in.
And so Lysander would have as well.
Okay, so if most people are bowing, I would simply just bow.
Willow, she'd 100% understand because she doesn't know who this person is. She would just go over and just sit flat on her butt and stare and smile.
Okay.
War's probably just gonna look around, and then according to what he says, he's gonna try to mock people's bow, and then be like, "Oh yeah, take care of problems."
Okay.
He would get a noticeable glare from Lysander.
And to his credit, an attempt was made for war.
That's
Yes,
better than
That-
most. Yeah.
Like that. That sounds like a legitimate attempt by war to
But Lysander
not
would still
mock,
give
but
it.
mimic.
Lysander would still give him a look, though.
So after that, Wintergale will step up and be like, Your Grace, these are the individuals you requested. They are all here at your request, and I believe are ready to hear anything you have to say. And he will bow again and kind of step back. She stands up, and you hear the click, click, click as she steps down the 3 steps, and is in front of y'all and goes, I have you all to thank for my problem child being removed and even uncovering some troubling news.
Lysander would just nod at this point.
Well, which news specifically are you talking about?
Well, rumor has it he was torturing some of his people and even had a monster in his basement.
Yes.
Found a beholder.
And dealt with that
That's-
as well.
There's some other issues that may still be there that we were kind of working on, but your summons was very soon. So we've not gotten any further than that.
Well, I figured sooner rather than later, seeing as how I imagine that town is ungoverned now. And she looks at Will and goes, You don't come to these things very much, do you?
None of them do, Your Grace.
She puts out a hand towards Willow. A gloved hand.
What does she want me to do with it?
It's just out like this.
She's gonna reach into her bag and pull out a cheese cube and put it in her hand.
I knew it.
And
She
then smile
audibly
again.
laughs and eats the cheese cubes like, we don't have this here. I need to know where you got that.
Would you believe me if I said I made it?
I would. But, and she turns around and starts pacing with the audible clicks every time she walks. And she goes, well, seeing as how this city is now ungoverned, and it would be a shame if somebody else took over it, the question becomes, which of you would take responsibility for this town? As she turns to face all of you.
Car kind of looks down for a second and is like, if I may, the person who seems most interested and who has gone out of their way the most would be him. And I would kind of gesture towards Rug.
Rug's just full standing, just death staring this bitch.
Right, he's just looking at, she just looks at him and goes, Rug, do you take sole responsibility for this town?
Take sole responsibility of ungoverning it.
Do you take responsibility for continuing to govern it from here on out? Or would you like help from your friends?
That one just handed you cheese, I'm just gonna say.
Was good cheese.
What's wrong with my cheese? She stares at
Oh,
Rug.
nothing.
Adopted children.
And sent them to the mines.
No, I sent them to work with goblins.
I don't know which one's. I don't know which one's worse.
Even better.
She looks at all of you and goes, it doesn't have to be one of you. It could be all of you. But I do need to know who was taking responsibility for this city.
Lysander at this point was looking around, seeing nobody jumping at the opportunity, would go, I know I'm not from here. I know I don't have the same level of investment as they do, but I do believe I may have the right skill set to do this. So if
She
they are
nods.
willing to allow me, I will offer my services.
She nods and goes, anyone else that would like to step up?
Oh, yeah.
Tarek just kind of keeps looking at Rug.
That makes 2. Last chance.
Yes.
Sold.
Willow's. I just imagine Willow like focusing on something else and goes, "Oh yeah," has no idea what she just agreed to.
That's exactly how I see that going down.
Yes.
So she looks at the group and goes, "Okay, you 3 step forward."
Lysander's still kind of reluctant, but does so.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get more land?
She just kind of laughs. And she goes, "Would you like to join them?"
Sure, why not?
Then step forward.
Rug's just literally going.
You hear the metal just grinding against itself.
And I will say probably behind Lysander's mask at this point, he's going, "What the fuck did I just do?"
Yeah, there's a reason Tarek has not volunteered himself.
So the 4 of you step forward, and she steps up to Rug and goes, "Please take off your helmet."
Why?
Makes this easier. If I can see your face. I know who you are.
He's so handsome.
Alright, he's gonna take off his helmet, and other than the normal dreadlocks that you see of Rug, they're all taken down, and his hair is just solid white at this point.
She nods. And she goes back up by her throne and pulls the sword and goes, "If you could all kneel, please."
Lysander will, knowing about having full idea what's about to come, and he says, "Oh God, this is not what I wanted to do."
Am I being fucking
You can still back out.
There's a moment where you see Tarek kind of go.
It's
So
very
he's kinda looking
obvious.
around.
It's very obviously 1 not sharp and 2 an ornamental sword.
No, I mean he's pointing at them and then him and the people who haven't volunteered. He's like, which one? And then he's kind of looking around the room for help, but he's like,
some of us obviously stepped forward.
Yeah, she's talking to the 4 that stepped forward.
Lysander's also actually confused that she asked Rug to remove his helmet, but didn't say anything about his mask, Lysander's mask. But he's not going to point it out.
So she steps forward, and touches the flat of the sword to each of y'all's forehead and goes, "At this point, each and every one of you will be a count or countess. You will have the social standing to run this town, protect the city, base its taxes, and ensure its people's well-being." Should you fail at this, I will send my own guard to come solve the problem. We may not all be from here, but we all live here. And she walks her way back up the stairs and puts the sword away. And stands in front of her throne.
She kind of sees Tarek go, "Ma'am, Your Grace, I'm not very good at this. If you have a moment, what we were talking about earlier," and she sees him flip out a book. What I was talking about earlier, I could show you. I don't know the procedure for this. Help? He kind of looks over.
What do you want me to show her?
I was going to show her a few of the sketches that of the beast. Like I pulled out my book and I'm like, I have something maybe you might want to see.
Puts his hand out like to take the book.
He starts to like, no. I understand, but no.
The guard just looks at you like, holds his hand out.
And then he kind of looks at it and he thinks about tearing it out, and then he's like, no. He kind of looks at you. He's like, "I'm sorry, but..."
The guard nods. And the Horn Queen looks at you all and goes, Well, we should celebrate. In 2 days, we'll have a banquet. All of you are invited. I will see you then. And she kind of curtsies and leaves. And everybody bows as she leaves.
Lysander will as well.
I mean, I'm already on my knees, so.
So in that time, in that brief moment, he's like kind of gesturing towards it. All right, buddy. He's kind of
cat and yeah.
He's kind of whisper gesturing towards the guard, where like, can you get me like a piece of paper so I can just like make her a copy?
The guard is just staring at you.
And then he sees her start to leave, and he's like, oh, and then he kind of bows for a second. He's like, just I can make her a copy of.
The guard just looks at you like, you had your chance, man.
You know, beings that were kneeling on the steps and she walked up the steps, can I look at her feet?
Damn you can't. So when she turns around, like her cloak is floor length. You cannot see her feet.
Son of a bitch.
No grippers for you, buddy.
So, after she leaves, all the other nobles kind of disperse. They seem happy, possibly because there's a banquet about to happen, a party. And Wintergale walks up and goes, "Well, that was not what I expected, but..." And you can see him glance at y'all and be like, "We need to get you clothes."
That means I gotta dress up.
I have clothes on.
You need better clothes.
Lysander would be nodding like for once I actually agree with
you know what?
Gail.
Her Grace has set aside a couple rooms for all of you. Let's head back there, and he leads you back to a separate a separate house almost. It's not quite a house, more of like a dorm kind of thing. It's got a central like common area and then about 5 or 6 rooms. And it just have beds. So.
In that time, Tark would have requested nice parchment, and he's gonna make copies anyways, like 2 copies.
So you get to this dorm, right? They have nice parchment. They have all this stuff, and he sits all of you down at the table and goes, "Okay. So here's the deal. You have been invited to a celebratory, we'll call it banquet, by Her Grace. Normally, you don't wear armor to these," and he just looks at all of you.
What are you talking? Why is he looking at me? I don't have visible armor.
Because at this point, he's just looking at the group as a whole.
You should just be happy that I have on pants.
He looks and goes, "If you swear to God, if you don't wear pants to this event, I will probably kill you."
Are we able to go out and get some nice things for this?
They're being provided for us.
Well, so he looks and goes, "You do have to go and get clothes, but I'm sure we can make sure that you can afford them somehow."
Okay. Willow's gonna go get her things, for sure.
So tomorrow we will find all of you clothing and ensure that you are ready for this. Also, this is one of those parties where when you get to the door, you hand your invitation to an individual and they announce you as a person or a group. Do you all have a name?
I'm a Willow.
Not. You see him visibly just.
I mean, you did say person or a group.
Does your group have a name?
No.
Seeing as how you are coming as a group.
Willow
not
and
individuals.
friends.
Not that.
I'm
What?
perfectly with that.
You know what? Y'all 3 are now 4?
4.
4 are the nope. You discuss it.
We're still a group.
Lysander at this point is going, okay. Name, if I want to give it, what name do I give them at this point? I've got so many.
Yeah, so Wintergale's just kind of like waiting. Because, and Lysander is used to these parties, but it's one of those parties where when you walk in, somebody announces you. So either you need to all come as individuals, or you come as a group and you are announced as a group.
You know what? We can just take one out of Dell's group, or Dell's saying. War will just say, you can just call us the Chuckle Fucks.
No.
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 You guys can do that. I'm not going with that.
How about we think about it?
I don't think he's gonna leave until we have a name. This probably sounds kind of important.
I mean, so
still
it's,
say we
it's
should just
all-
show
at
up
this
individually.
point. At this point, it's also like mid-afternoon. So, and he's staying here as well. So,
How about
As I
cheese?
said,
Also, no.
still don't understand the group name thing. Individuals probably gonna be better.
I agree.
Yeah, let's probably go with individuals. We've never gone by a name. I don't think going by name now really fits us.
Yeah, I agree.
Still thinking about it.
I was waiting for y'all to finish talking. I watched the video.
Well, I think we're done.
Okay. Well,
I still have a question to answer for character-wise. What name
Okay.
do I give?
That's up to you. So, let's take one more break before we go to this shopping spree.
Okay, guys, we'll be
Alright.
right back.
Why
They're not back.
were gonna start discussing.
We got them titties.
Do we?
Do we?
I do.
I'm with Blue.
So-
Hold on.
Somebody
that on
somewhere has titties. I'll put it that way.
So I will start because I know how LD is going to react to this, and he is not. Combined with this, and combined with the news, the all this info that he got from the papers from the Duke, he is not happy about all of this. So while Wintergale is talking about formal wear and announcing and yada yada yada, LD's kind of just glaring a little bit because while he's sitting down, the cloak is basically covering his entire face except for his eyes, so he's kind of just glaring. And then when he kind of finishes and it lets everyone else talk, he kind of rolls his eyes a bit and just gets up and just walks out. And he kind of mumbles that this is a waste of time.
Excuse you. Did he leave?
Yes.
Okay, we'll find them.
So Wintergale doesn't stop him, but he looks at the rest of you and goes, well, we can certainly go and start looking for outfits for all of you.
Let's do it.
Just point me to the right place.
Well, let's go. And does anybody not go with the people that are going shopping besides LD?
Shark would go. I mean, he has a little bit different ideas for what he would wear to this kind of occasion than what would be typical, but he would also go to get some inspiration.
I did find you a couple of the artificers that were at the LARP.
I saw. I liked them.
I'm really thinking the second one.
With the
They
captain's
were-
hat?
Yeah, but the guy with the top hat's actually the funny thing with that guy is like he actually was wearing that in the airport when I picked him up.
That's funny.
He's giving me more.
Captain?
God, I've already forgotten this character.
How can you forget the character's name? How dare?
Uh-oh.
From what?
Let me just look it up.
Won't tell you what it's from until he looks it up himself.
I just think of the captain from Stardust.
He is giving me light Crowley vibes from Supernatural.
Oh, haven't seen it, so.
Light.
I don't agree with you.
You don't?
No.
The chin up, the like for vest, not the hat.
Yeah, not quite Crowley vibes. I don't get this as sinister vibes from him, so that's probably why.
Yeah, I can.
So, you are all led to a seamstress's shop, where you see multiple like pre-made outfits of various designs. And Wintergale walks in, and they obviously know each other. And he points to your group and goes, "These lovely individuals all need appropriate attire for a banquet with her grace. If you could please assist them." And this probably 50-year-old human runs over, and for each of you, just without asking, starts taking measurements and writing them down. And those of you that have bulky-ish armor, look at you and go, "We need to take that off. I can't get quite right measurements," which would, I think, at least 3 of you have bulky armor on.
War's gonna drop his pants.
She goes, works for me, and just.
Well, that's smaller than usual.
That's average.
You'd see Tarek kind of reach over, push a couple of things in, and you'd hear a, and he would, the armor would almost look like it stiffens, and so he wears a cape along the back, and you would see him kind of come out of that from behind the cape, and he's just standing there. And
all right, Space Marine.
I'm trying to think, like, the way the armor works for Artificer is it can be donned and doffed within 6 seconds, and that's the only way I can think that would actually work.
I mean, if I'm completely honest, I can take off full plate armor in 6 seconds. I just fucking do like 6 tabs, and shit just falls into a pile of armor.
All right, well, that's the way I envision this happening. So he just kind of
that's fair. So she continues to take measurements and goes to each and goes, "Do you have any colors, any patterns, preferences?"
I think my preferred color scheme is very obvious.
She looks at you and goes,
"Green,
purple."
Got it.
Okay. All right.
Here's your beer.
Thanks for the beer, buddy.
I find it funny that you send your kids.
This is the way.
So, do any of the rest of you have color preferences?
I have an
So,
idea.
reddish
orange.
Oh,
I am Googling shit right now.
reddish orange, like your whole character.
Are you
Yeah, it
Googling,
doesn't
like-
really change much. Just the quality of what I have changes.
What are you Googling, Blue?
Don't worry about it.
Are you Googling medieval outfits?
No. One of the main things I'm Googling is like masquerade outfits because I like the designs of them.
That's cool.
Okay.
I honestly, I thought you were gonna do your go-to outfit on Final Fantasy 14 with your black slacks and your red shirt and your suspenders.
No, I
butler
was gonna do
outfit.
that. I was
Yeah.
gonna get white and black one.
Yeah, there you go, that one.
Nah. I don't think white would work with Rug
Why not?
because he tends to get it a bit too bloody.
So, make it waterproof.
So now, mind you, the point of this party is none of you will have armor and or weapons.
Yeah.
It is a public party. Where
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Del. I don't need a belt to be this strong.
Ow, ow, ow. That's fair.
I don't need armor or weapons to be this strong.
So, some of us actually on armor that's designed to be worn under clothing.
You don't have
I
to
also
wear.
understand that, like, some of the party is strong enough to not need fucking belts to beat the shit out of somebody.
You also aren't gonna get bloody. You're at a dance, so what? You can wear white.
Have you never fucked up a dance tied?
Act like we have not been attacked as soon as we let our guard down every fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm prepared.
Gonna have weapons.
And there's also my veteran of many Pathfinder Society adventures that's coming to mind. Is like there's a running joke in the Pathfinder Society was if you get invited to a dinner party, you come loaded for bear, because shit's going down.
Del, the color's probably gonna head towards Auburn.
Okay. So, for speed of this, right? So we can end by 10:30. Your measurements are taken. She takes your color preferences. I will let y'all decide what these outfits look like.
Yes.
Yeah, it's entirely up to you. The costs are covered.
Really?
Yeah. I also need those descriptions from you to me in my messenger. Thank you.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
So, after that, you are all Wintergale shows you around town. Basically, this is the capital of the principality. They have food vendors. They have shops. They have pet stores. They have peddlers. They have everything you could imagine here.
They have people that can identify that pile of crap that I got that I never got taken care of.
They have people for just about everything.
Well, then I know what I'm. One of the things.
They
I'm
also
doing.
have scammers for just about everything.
Sure can, buddy.
I'm going to the pet store. I'm going to buy a shield, and I'm going to the weapon shop.
Sure.
Okay, so what I just heard, Toilet, was you were going to the pet store to buy a shield. Which poor animal are you using as a meat shield?
Limball.
No,
I was gonna say
Limball.
So I'm going to the pet store, and I'm going to buy a shield, and I'm going to the weapon
Yeah, you're gonna walk into a pet store and you're going to buy a shield. So which animal is the shield?
A squirrel.
They have like 4 hit points.
You got. He's not gonna let you in if you don't look presentable.
Can I ask you a question?
Who?
Dell.
Uh-huh.
How off put would they be by a couple of rings? Like they're not. If you're walking into this kind of event, like how hard are they checking us?
You can wear rings, jewelry.
What? Yeah, like jewelry is fine.
I'm planning on wearing gloves still, but rings underneath. I'm not.
What are you trying to sneak?
Yeah,
in?
what are you sneaking in?
I have some rings that I would not take off.
Let me put it this way. You, unless you are wearing armor, you can hide under your outfits or weapons. You can wear rings, you can wear jewelry, you can wear pendants.
Okay.
No, armor,
Unfortunately,
weapons.
Yeah, armor, which includes like 2 of y'all's belts that stand out very much that don't fit in with nice clothing.
Del, is this doable?
Is what doable? I hate when you say that and then send me a message. I mean, yeah, actually.
But it's like,
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was actually fairly tame, yeah. But it's doable.
I see. I mean, Lysander would. I mean, Lysander has hideable armor now. Thank God.
So.
Probably would try to sneak a dagger in, but we'll discuss that later.
Yeah, I was going to say, because with that amount of clothes, I can wear my belt underneath of it and wear weapons underneath of it as well, as long as they're smaller.
Buddy.
So, that is all set up. Other than that, it will take a day or 2 for all that to be made.
I'm sure it'll take. Well, it depends on how many seamstresses they have, but it'll take longer than that.
This is the royal capital, so it won't take them probably more than a day.
Cool.
These things will be altered by me.
But with that, we will come back next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
With you guys can send me any shopping you want to do, and as well as the beginning of this party to celebrate.
Also, descriptions, everybody. Today.
The 4 new council
today.
offices.
Today. Or maybe
Tide.
tomorrow.
Tide, I have an hour left of today. An hour and a half left of today. Some people have a half hour left.
I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow morning. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we could today.
I'm
Tomorrow
done.
morning's
Okay.
fine, too.
I can send you all the pictures that
I mean,
Okay.
I've mostly kind of given you an idea, anyways.
So.
And by the way, Del, I am so getting that done to his fucking beard for that ball.
Okay.
Here, I'll
Fair.
send you a message, Ty.
I was about to say, bro. I mean, you need to share that with the group, man.
I need to share it with. All right, I'll put it in D&D chat.
It really is like standard like dwarf court garb.
Well, see, here's the thing. I couldn't put in orc ballroom stuff. So, we're going to have to use our imaginations a little bit on this shit.
All right, so let's we can discuss a little bit further within the Discord.
Yep.
Let me type this in.
I am looking for someone to raid. Oh,
For those of you guys that are not in this call in chat, if you want to keep up with this, 100% join Discord because it'll pop up here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can keep up with Tide's fantastic art where she does
Oh,
beautiful
dear
artwork and makes all of us
Lord.
look pretty.
Dear Lord.
Wow, we just watched the redness grow in real time.
Right? Like she's suddenly like almost as red as her hoodie.
She does lewd drawings too. She does lewd stuff.
She's been practicing.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
You gotta pay extra for that though.
I think the only time I've seen her cheeks get this red was when we were watching the one scene with Final Fantasy VII remake with the dancing with Cloud.
That's not true. Also, when you guys did that freaking, like, what is it, a hype train, the train thing, and it was like...
Oh, you mean when we broke you by donating to you because we adore you?
Whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
Whatever.
Yeah, so fun note, Tide can't take compliments.
She really can't.
She would rather be embarrassed than take compliments.
Why are you guys so
She would rather everybody show up for a Discord meetup in flamingo rompers, croc cowboy boots, and snapback cowboy hats than be complimented.
I wore that shirt confidently, okay? You were just mad you couldn't pull it off like me.
Okay. Okay, so let me go back here. We are gonna raid. I'm looking for a random D&D group.
Do they speak English?
I hope so.
How's that one TikTok sound go?
Let's look at something before it rolls.
I don't speak Portuguese. I just speak English.
My new favorite video. Pal World 100 land balls versus sphere launcher.
Look at that boy.
I wanted to show it off with a little roll before we ended.
It's your faceplate's up on the layout as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna raid. Boop. All right, they are called So Maddie Games with a Z.
Yes.
I can't tell what campaign they're doing currently, but we'll find out when we go there. So everyone wish them all the luck in their campaign. Give them all of the tidal wave love.
Remind them that ones are only a 5% chance and they can do better.
So fucking rude. Alright guys, thank you for hanging out with us. We will see you next week for this ball party / whatever. Hopefully I'll have some drawings done by then. We'll see. Okay, love you, bye!
The amount of I'm out that just came out of her mouth.